Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Expect the best. Believe something good is going to happen, and it usually will. Unknown author. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow Industrials finished down 109, NASDAQ off 59, S&P's down 17, gold contract down $2, traded at $1,262 an ounce. Silver down 24 cents at $15.38 an ounce. Platinum down 16 bucks at $9.83. Copper down 6.5 pennies at $2.21 a pound. Light sweet crude off $1.64, $36.26 a barrel. Bonds, the 10-year note down 26, 129.18. 30-year bond off 1 full point, 23 ticks, and 23 ticks, 164.01. King dollar up 101 ticks, 97.18. The euro is trading 110, and the yen is trading at 112.63. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? Okay, SPY comes down $2.19. We do 119 million shares. You're at 198.40. Guess what? 198.21, folks, which we got to. This is a total mind blower now. It always is a mind blower to me when you hit large numbers and you just hit them right on the nose. The low of today was 198.21. The high of the day of strength, March 1st, is 198.21. So that's a rejection of price with lighter volume. That says what? That says, guess what? This thing still wants higher price, you know. So I expect 203.87 is still game. NDX 100, we go to the 3 Qs. What do you have inside the 3 Qs? 3 Qs today come down with 28 million shares. 87 cents you're down. You're trading at 104.15. You are coming into 37 million. So the Qs were weak out here today. Actually, the Qs were stronger than the S&Ps and the Dow until kind of at the close. And then kind of at the close, it gave it up and gave it up pretty good. Bottom line, that being said, you came down with 28 million versus 37 million. Same type of setup. That wants higher price. Gold contract. What do we have with gold? Gold contract trading at 1262. We did 197,000 contracts. That's pretty good contracts going into highs. That being said, I suspect what you're going to see, gold's going to probably come down to 1241, somewhere in this area. You know, we'll see. It's going to be hard to crush gold at the 1236 to 1241 area. The reason being is that on February 16th, you go topside, you go to 1236, you have 341,000 contracts. On February 24th, you go topside with 274,000 contracts. That's 1254. On March 1st, you go topside, 1249. So bottom line, you know, I suspect you're going to get some kind of a pullback into that area. Bonds. Now, this is where this is going to get really wild. The 10-year note, folks, looks to me like we are doing an ABC structure on the way down. Now, this is where this gets wild. So what do we have here? The 10-year note up 20 ticks today. We're at 129.17. You did a million contracts. Well, it's a failure in price and volume. This is what it is. When we broke down, you broke down last Friday with 1.5 million contracts. We went lower. Actually, that was last Tuesday. Last Tuesday, you do 1.5 million. Friday, we go lower. We do 1.5 million. Guess what? Today, you do a million contracts. You get above the 129.21. You close underneath it, and you close underneath it with almost 40% lighter volume. That is the definition of an ABC structure on the way down, a possibility of one. If you go over to the TLT, you can see it pretty cleanly. The TLT, which is the 20-year plus bond fund, this is what you have inside the 20-year bond fund, is that this baby today gapped higher. We gapped up to 130.99. The downdraft started at 130.85. The downdraft from the March 1st level was 13 million shares. You did 6.8 million, didn't handle price. A bottom line, that's about a 4.5 point ABC down that would take you down to 126. So if you stay with the bond market for a second, what the bonds are saying is that bonds continue to want lower price. If bonds want lower price, market wants higher price. We go back to the market again for a second. What you're going to see inside the indices is that this pullback is on lighter volume. On the NYSE, what you had, NYSE, we just pulled that back at 1.1 billion. You're going into 1.3 billion. On the NASDAQ composite, you pull back with 1.9 million. You're going into 2.1 million. Bottom line, that's a market that's pulling back on lighter volume. Bonds look like they want lower price, higher yield, lower price. Market wants higher price. This is still, no doubt, to me, it's a bear market rally, but bottom line, deviance extraordinaire. We go over and we take a look at the King Dollar. What we have with King Dollar is this. King Dollar out here, what King Dollar did out here today, King Dollar rejects lower price. We're at 97.18. We did light volume. So King Dollar can get some kind of a bounce here, rattle, rolling bounce. We'll see how King Dollar can handle getting into the 97.30 mark. So what we have is this, is that when we came down on Friday, we came down with 33,000 contracts. Now what you did today is that you did get to a lower low, you rejected it. So now the question is going to be, how can it get back into that bar? And that is going to be the struggle for King Dollar. We go take a look at the small caps, what we have inside the small caps, the Russell 2000. The Russell 2000 did have some selling inside it today. Russell 2000, the IWM came down to 45 million shares, which is a big number. And that would, well, nothing makes sense. Well, it makes sense because it makes sense that it wants to go lower. The small caps had run from $93.64 up to 108. 99, you know, we'll see how the small caps handle the 104.69 area. It looks like 104.69 could be game here. That is the high of March 1st. That's how this is shaken out at this particular point. We go and we take a look at the 30-year bond. What we have inside the 30-year bond. 30-year bond today goes up to 164.27. So that was almost up 3 full points. Gives up a point, does 251,000 contracts versus 300,000. Now, that doesn't necessarily be an ABC down, and it didn't make the top of the 165.10, so it's like not a failure because it didn't make the top. You stay right there, folks. We're coming right back. Dow Industrials finished down 109. We're going to be right back.